Happy 2024 and welcome to our first Education Hybrid Commercial Seminar. I'm Mindy Ye, and it's an honor to be your 2024 WSGVR Education Committee Chair. Thank you for joining us today, and regret that I can only join you on Zoom today. Just want to share our list of upcoming educational courses in January to jumpstart your year. Please visit wsgvr.org. Click on the menu button, then click on Education and Events, tap Education Calendars, and register to attend our classes. At this time, I would like to have introduce our educational team member and moderator for today, William Wei, to welcome our speaker for the day. William, take it away. Thank you.
Thank you, Mindy. Good morning, everyone. Everyone at the room today, and also everyone online today. My name is William Wei. I am one of the directors here at the West Side Gabriel Valley of Realtors, and one of the education committee member. And it is my honor today to introduce you to our speaker, Mr. Howard Ting. He is the Senior Vice President of YK America Group, a commercial real estate developer, and also a co-founder of Pacific Anchor Holdings. Mr. Ting has a degree in business and international commerce from California State University of Los Angeles and has over 25 years of experience in commercial property development. He's an expert in marketing and commercial negotiation, is often invited by professional real estate organizations, colleges, and private enterprises to deliver speeches. Today, he's going to help us on how to evaluate across office, industrial, retail, multifamily, hospitality, and land sectors before presenting to buyers and sellers. I have a lot more on the paper to say, but without further ado, I would like to welcome Mr. Ting.
Thank you so much for West Side Gabriel Board and the Realtor to invite me to participate in this seminar. I'm so glad and my pleasure to do this as a hybrid, so I know have the people actually physically attend this meeting, and the many people is actually online on that one. So I will try to explain that. So I have to clarify, I'm the one is like a developers. So today I'm purely to sharing my experience to telling the agent or the broker what's the point of the view, what's the mentality if the developer or the seller or the buyer, they want to hire an agent to do the project or do the job. So mostly I'm telling the agent, very easy way to figure out your job, just get a deal done. Close the deal. But before that, that's a very long struggle and up and down and the processing, okay? So be a developer, because we've been through this one. Been in the US, I graduated from the high school. After I graduated in Asia, I came to the US. So I've been here long enough and be a developer more than 30 years. And to do this, and strictly, mostly will be commercial, not a residential. But yes, we do deal with a residential broker or what do you call the agents. They will be fine. You know what? Because do the residential and the commercial, they are totally different. It's different. You got different role to play. You got different to say. You got different people to deal with. And the residential, I don't say it's easy, but it's a kind of like a people feelings, very emotional. They decide they like the house or don't. But commercial, you have to remember, if you are be the commercial real estate broker or agent, you have to remember it's all numbers. We're talking about the numbers, many, many numbers. And those numbers be put in the one word, okay? I mean, just the one word you can say is income. So nothing in the commercial real estate world will be talking anything else. Maybe location will be important. Yeah, just good looking, bad looking, nice. But basically, you have to remember, I have to say again, right? If you wanted to do commercial real estate, all you need to know is the income. If you want it more specific, more detailedly, it should be the net operating income, NOI. Okay, so basically, I want to, before I do the seminar, I have to let you know how difficult the commercial real estate. Because it's not a personal preference, you like or you don't like it. It's money. If I say money, that's too realistic. I'm talking about income, same thing. That's the income talks. Then it will be depend your value. Okay, so that's the reason why I have to let you know first, but afterwards I will be talking about different way to do this and in the different sectors, different category in the commercial. Yeah, people know. If you say in the commercial, people say, hey, shopping center. Yeah, it's correct, right? Office, sure, that's commercial. Hospitality, hotel, motel. Yes, that's a commercial. Definitely yes. And how about the land? Mostly land is like a development. So we kind of call that it's a commercial. And people say, how's the multifamily? Apartments is residential. Yes and no. If you over 4, say 5-star, then you are the commercial, 5 units. But if you are anything lower than the 5 units, you call the residential. Okay, so you have to clear it by that. So if you say, hey, I'm in the commercial real estate broker, I'm selling single family house, not really, but you always can learn. It's a learning curve. So you have to, to get you experience hands-on on every single case. If you don't know, ask your broker, ask your senior, the position in your company, or you have the commercial team. But most of the residential company, they not really have the commercial team. So you have to deal with the outside agent or brokers. So I will talk a little bit about how do you do that. Let's get to my PowerPoint. Okay, the font will be shared, right? Okay, share, then we'll be here. Yes, there we go. I want to double check. Then I will full screen. Yes, I remember. Okay. I just want to refresh. I don't want to make a mistake. Thanks. Thank you so much. Okay, though. Okay, I'm Howard Ting from YK America. For today, I make a special presentation, the PPT, for today, January 9th, 2024. And by the way, Happy New Year's to everybody. Okay, we have a very great year to face, fortunately and unfortunately. All right, 2024 will be very challenging, as commercial real estate depends on the interest. And unfortunately, the interest is very high. But we should say unfortunately. But fortunately, will be come down. Is that correct? Okay. Yeah, maybe it will be come down like to 3 points, 0.75% or 1%. That will be great. It's help. It really helps. Okay. So I just mentioned that if you come to your mind, you will say office, retail, industrial, hotel, multifamily, and the land. It is commercial. But how to do that? How to actually to knowing when your, let's say seller, they come to say, hey, so-and-so, I have a land, I have a hotel, I have an office. I try to sell that. What are you going to do? For residential, it's easy. Talk to your broker. Then you can put on the Zillows, you can put on the Redfin, then your company, and under multiple listing. So easy. But for the commercial, it's the same thing. They do have the website to do that. If you're doing this business, you will be understand, have lots of tour. You can use that. Before using the tour, you got to know who's your, I don't say enemy, who's your competitor, who's your one you should deal with. So that's the mainstream, major player, real estate brokers, commercial real estate brokers. They are big. They are huge, actually. They are doing multi-billion dollars a year. They are international, not only domestic. So just very quick, like CBRE, Cushman & Wakefield, the Associates, Max Millichap, JLL, Keller Williams Commercial, okay, NAI, HFF, Collier International. You have to remember those names. Why? Because you know where they're from. You know their background. They do in the market very active. They got the most listing, and they have their own buyers. They have their own pocket deal. They have their off-market listing. But if you're getting to know those people, they'll be great. Why? Then you can have the more information. You can talk to them if you want to co-op, if you want to buy from them, okay? Or you want to be co-listing with the seller because you don't have experience. Maybe some brokers in the residential, they want you to find somebody to cooperate, to work with. Those companies, I think you have to remember the name, okay? Those companies. But before you talk to them, I always telling the people, telling the agents, say, you have to be prepared for their question. Be prepared for what are they going to ask you. Where's your buyer? Is money ready? You got proof of the fund. Same as a residential, right? Commitment letter from the bank or the deposit or whatsoever. But more seriously about the commercial deal, you don't have, say, half of the cash on hand. Don't have the bank deposit. Don't have the letter to confirm. Don't have a certificate of the deposit. They won't talk to you. Hey, you say my money will be ready. They say when? How? My client's money at overseas. They don't believe you. Okay, before maybe, but for today, the situation, international situation changing. So when you're talking to those people, you have to lay down your foundation, your evidence. Put the money on the table. Money talks, right? I don't want to say it's bullshit walks. Have to. So when you deal with the seller, maybe seller is not really happy. They say, hey, I got the money. I got $1 billion in my bank. Where? Prove to me. If they can't, I don't say you don't waste your time. You got to keep the good relationship, but you're going to talk to them, say very indirectly, say, hey, the buyer, they are the major, the seller, or they are in the mainstream. Okay, they are the local people. They have to see that one in case I can get you the great deal, good deal, fantastic deal. But you don't show me that, you don't say waste time. You just say, they will get a little bit, not very good deal. Yeah, so you have to say very clearly and don't complicate the case. Just very simply telling the seller, say, hey, I do need that before I do the presentation or letter of intent or the offer. Please give me the proof of the fund. Proof of the fund, okay? POF. You have to remember that. So after they understand, they say you are so sincere and you are actually to persuade them you're going to work out a great deal. Why not, right? Yeah, that's for the mutual benefits. Why don't we do that? So let's back to the residential and the commercial website. Residential, most people know, Redfin, Zillow, Realtor. Commercial have a different one, CoStar, LoopNet, right? They got many very good tour. You can use that. And some is I think most are free, depending on the level, the degree you're going to use that. So you can check with the LoopNet. It's a free. They have the listing, the buying, selling information on that. Mostly is the listing, or most is the listing, LoopNet. And CoStar is definitely you have to pay for that. The company and the brokers, they pay anywhere maybe from, that's what we know in my company, anywhere from the $5,000 to $20,000 a month. But they will get you the very good information, all right? Or you can go to the CCIM. I forgot to put on that one. CCIM, the website. You can do that too. Okay, so you are the residential side, you are commercial side. You have to know where you're going to expose and to your deal. You will try to buy, mostly try to sell. Okay, for the commercial real estate, my personal experience, if you are not in the good location, you are not a safe and a secure projects with income. If you cannot inherit to pass to your son, your grandson, so on and so. And if you cannot do the anti-inflation, or the property have no upside, if I'm a developer or the buyer, they are probably not interested. So you have to let them understand what's great deal, what's the benefits, what's the advantage of your deal you're going to try to present. To tell them, say, nice location, right? Unlike the residential, Asian broker will say, hey, that's a good, the school district, right? Most Asian, Chinese, we like school district because for our kids, go to the great school. Okay, but the location-wise, yes, commercial, same thing. Location, location, location. Everybody understand. But I gotta remember what's the location, location. In our developer, we have the 3 miles radius, 5-mile radius, 10 miles, or double, triple the radius miles. That's what we call location. Okay, it's a little bit different on that one. So why is a safe and a secure project with income? In the beginning, I just emphasize again, commercial real estate without income is not a commercial. Because you don't have the tenant. You don't have the people lease, right? Your owner maybe as a lessor, you have a lessee. They're going to sign the contract to lease this property or rent the property. Rent is what they pay, I will say later. Lease is agreement in between the legal, right? So, and if you can pass on that, although the interest is very high right now, they might come down a little bit, or it's not that perfect. But you say, if you keep this one for a longer time, you can pass to your kids, you can to your grandchild. They may be thinking that's a good way. Because in Chinese, always thinking about 100 years way to do that. So that's the way you can talk to your seller or the buyer to saying you can pass that. But if you telling the seller, they might not going to sell that, but always telling the buyer, right? And anti-inflation, unfortunately, inflation, you cannot compare with the interest. Okay, nobody knows, but next year or the 2 years later, maybe, maybe not. Okay. Property with upside. That's the how you telling, that's the today I'm telling you how to evaluate the project. No matter it's a good project, bad project, without any upside, it's not good project. What do we call upside? You can increase the rent. You can tear down. You can demolish. You can raise the income, the rent, or you can get an additional like an ADU, right? Commercial is the same thing. Then you can have a facelift. You can do remodeling. Then you can increase your lease rent price. Then they call it upside. If you, that's it. Then you have the fixed income with a certain percentage. It's not going to go up for many years. So the commercial with those 5 elements, you have to remember that to telling your seller, say, how great this you can sell. And telling your buyer, say, hey, how great you wanted to buy. So you play the 2 hands. That's interesting. Okay. So I'm telling you how to manipulate the buyer or seller, but at least you know how to tell them very sincerely. Okay. Let's go to the retail. I pick up the little bit tough side. Everybody know the retail has been hit by the what? Online shopping. Is that correct? Online shopping. Yeah, we do like it. I got Amazon Prime, right? I got a Temu too. I want to try. I want to see what's happening in today's world. Although we are the shopping center developer, I don't want to see that happen. But the retail shopping center during the, say, from the 2020 till today, pandemic. So the people don't want to go out, don't want to talk to people, don't want to shake hands. So they are using what we call online shopping. So online shopping is booming. So that's the reason why this distributing center, like a warehouse, they are booming. What do we call the shopping center? Shopping center got different kinds. They got strip mall, community. They got the big shopping mall. They got a power center. They got the specialized, or they have the necessities, big box. They are all kinds. And shopping center, they like what? Food, fast food. restaurant, sit down, or fast food. You get as many as you could to do the shopping center. And we always do the shopping center, our beginning like 20, 30 years ago. We bought the shopping center and the rehab, get a new tenant. Later on, we build a new one. But remember, your tenant is a key. If you don't have a tenant, they don't pay you the rent, you're not going to survive. You're not going to sell in the good price. Remember net operating income, I just saying, I say one more time, NOI. That means your income, deduct your expenses, they will be your true income before tax. So using that one, I'm telling whoever, I say, 1 second, I can tell you what's the value of your property commercial. Just 1 second. You let me know what's your income. I'm using the calculator. But I know the area. I know the cap rate. I will go into that later. Then just let me have the 1 second with how many percentage. I can let you know more or less, approximately. Okay, you never say exactly. Okay, then you have to let your seller or buyer know what's the proper value right now. But if you don't tell me what's the NOI with the evidence to show, then I cannot tell you. I can take a wild guess. Just I believe you. But I'd be misleading or misled. I cannot tell you exactly. So always remember commercial NOI, NOI, NOI. There we go. So see that? First NOI, right? If you are doing the shopping centers, people are asking you, who are the tenants? And how much they pay you? Then you have to understand what's the NOI net or triple net. What's a triple net? So that's mean the owner doesn't care. It's the tenant to pay, right? Common area, pay your insurance, probably pay your property tax. That's called the triple net. You have to remember the word. If you're dealing with the seller or buyer, you don't know what's a triple net. They are laughing, all right? So you have to do your very basic commercial real estate homeworks. So that's I'm telling. Can charge common area, tax and insurance, tenant rent roll sheet. Rent roll is very important because they will tell you who's renting that, how many period, and when it start, when it end, expired, they got an option, or what? Pricing is per square footage or proportionally, whatsoever, modified net or net. And we are developers. I prefer any shopping center with the what? Upside. What they can do? They can do mixed use. What's mixed use? Commercial and the residential. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. So basically it is. But for our commercial developer, we don't talking about a single family house. We talk about multi-family, condo or apartments. So we call it mixed use. In Asia, they're so popular, right? The high-rise, people live upstairs, they got a store downstairs, just in the one area, walking distance. You don't need to go far. But here, people live in the suburb, and they're traveling, and in the downtown whatsoever. So the mixed use is getting popular now. So remember the future trend. If you have the shopping center, the future trend will be what? To mixed use, right? We got many transactions being exchanged on the 2023, even this year. If you go to the west side, West Los Angeles, you will see the West Pavilion. It's been there many years. And recently, UCLA acquired that 700,000 square feet called the West Pavilion shopping centers. Yeah, they've been vacant for a while. And Governor Newsom, our governor, they're going to come up $200 million to support this project. UCLA, for my record show, is $700 million to acquire the land on the West Pavilion. And the California government commit $200 million. Then $300 million to support this what? Medical park, research park. So they're going to put the new technology, new information to this park. So they don't call shopping center no more. called UCLA. What do? They for the immunology. They will do the immunotherapies. So they will do the very, very special way, maybe with the AI, with everything you can thinking about. So that's how you turn around abandoned. I don't say even abandoned. It's a vacant shopping centers. People willing to come up with a $700 million. California government willing to pay, to support $500 million to do this project. How many jobs they can create? Maybe some tax they can create. That's the beauty of the commercial. Let's say again, when I walk into the city, I'm the commercial developer. I don't say how good I am, but I will telling them what I've been done, what I'm doing right now, what I'm doing for the futures. For the city, county, we can create what? Retail tax. We can create the jobs. So every time you got good project, you want to go to the city, you have to attract them to listen what you say. What are they interesting? Two things, right? Income and what? Jobs, right? So you are the agent or broker. Always remember, dealing with those people in the city and the counties, they wanted to see what you can benefit to them. So they were telling you what are you to do the next step. So for the shopping center, not bad. Yeah, even the last year, a friend of mine, they are in charge to acquire the Arcadia Mall. I remember Arcadia Mall. It's very huge, big shopping center in Arcadia. So kind of like a $500 million deal. They closed. It took them 1 year. My very, very old-time buddy. They represent the buyer, Mr. Chan, from Taiwan. They acquired that project. They got so many projects ongoing right now. It's not that bad, okay? Always, when you're agent broker, you got to remember, good time or bad time, if it affect you, yes, but you have to say no. Because you are telling the buyer or the seller a different way. You always got the futures, right? So even the market is very good, people losing money. Market's bad, people making money. Okay, so do either way. It's do either way. Okay, so I will make a little bit quicker than this one. You know, I was just saying the NOI already, your income. Just say your income, gross income minus your what? Expenses. What's the cap rate? Have to remember the cap rate. If you are the commercial agent, you have to remember. You got a net operating income, right? You got the local rates, 4%, 3%, 5%, or you don't have that, but your values come up. If the seller say, hey, I want to sell 8%, then you put the value on that. Then you got a capitalization cap rates. Cap rate is always very important. Cap rate low, seller happy. Okay? If the cap rate high, buyer happy. Understand? Interesting, right? You say it should be high. Everybody's happy. No way. That means you're selling high price. But the buyer, when they're buying the 8%, 10%, that's great. But for seller, bad for seller, unfortunately. Okay. So that's a reality. That's a reality. So now remember your NOI and your value and your cap rate. In the different area, got different cap rate. California cap rate is always low. So that means seller selling a little bit higher price, not really market price. Buyer will be a little bit expensive. But you go to out of state, Arizona, Texas, anywhere, then they might go higher. So buyer will be happy on that. So the lease and the rent, I'm saying, people say, I got a rent, how much? Yeah, that's they pay you. What's the lease? Lease doesn't mean contract. Okay, that's mean contract. So lease and rent. So if you are the commercial agent, you got to remember, at least you know what kind of rent you have. Are you a percentage? Are you a net lease? Are you a double net? Triple net, right? Are you a full service or gross lease? All the numbers and the term and the condition will be affect your value. So before that, you to do the presentation to persuade seller to sell or buyer to buy, you have to fully understand what's it talking about. What's the people that they are lease or rent this place? How much per unit will be on that? So based on the CoStar, I went to a very great seminar, and the CoStar, the Ryan and another gentleman, they showed me that, and I said, can I use that? They said, yeah, just go ahead. Okay, because I showing the CoStar over there. They got so many numbers. So the Los Angeles fundamentals, you will see that only probably like around 5% up and down. Okay, so you have the different way to explain that one, delivery, vacancy. So the vacancy, yeah, is high. Unfortunately, it's high. But if you have a good tenant, they will stay longer. You are selling the necessities people wanted to buy. Something you cannot buy online, cannot replace that. The value, the goods, they still need it. Okay, so does Los Angeles retail happen like this? And how about the year? Wow, they forecast to 2027. You see? So that one for 2007 to 2027, within the 20 years, how's the LA, the retail base case forecast? Fortunately, within the 5% up and down. All right, if you go higher, maybe reason is that I'm just saying the retail, they've been changing to the mixed use. They are using the different way. So there's no vacancy, just West Pavilion, 700,000 absorption gone, right? Because you say, hey, they purchased that. All right, so always have a bright side, okay? Why mixed use? Because you have to do that. Like my company, my project, in the 71 and 60 Pomona Phillip Ranch, we are thinking we have to do big box, restaurant, hotel, apartments, little bit everything on that. Walmart, Winkle. That's a 72 acres shopping centers our company, holding company own. That's the smallest that we own. The next one was 150 acres mixed use project. Another one is a 200 acres mixed use project. It's almost half done. And this one is almost 20% left. So we are developer phase by phase. You don't rush. You don't need to hurry. You have to play safe. You have to find a tenant first. Let me say again, reverse engineer. How do you do that? Find a tenant first. You know what's your buyer in the future first. Then you decide wanted to buy this. Then you decide you're going to turn around to do your project. So be very, very aware of that. Okay. So the commercial is all dependent on the parking space. Remember, parking space. You can build as many square footage you might, you could, you might, but you don't have the parking space. Say, hey, I can build a parking structure. I can go down like a 2-story basement or underground. Yes, but it will be cost you higher price. Underground, twice much on the surface parking. Okay? Downtown Los Angeles, you got a different FAR. All right? So you got different, like a 1 to 3, 1 to 4 in the Asia, 1 to 10 maybe. Small land, you can build a high rise. But in the suburb, in the different area, second tier city, you don't need to. So you just keep in your mind, shopping center. You can do like a 25% to 30% of the total square footage of your land. Now we come to the office. How's the office? People shake hand, right? Actually shake hand, not hand. People don't want to either to buy or to, maybe you wanted to sell that. Like we work, lots of the big office, because of the pandemic, people work from home. They're changing the whole world, the habits, the way you live, the way you work, even the way you live, the way you eat. Many things has been changed. So the office has been hit. I don't say it's very bad. I think thinking another bright side. What's the upside? Changing to us anything else. Maybe we can do what? Apartments. Because city, county, they have the housing shortage. They can switch not really switch, convert office to what? Residential, right? Great, but not easy. You got to find very good architect, engineering company, structural engineer to know how to actually to do that, to convert. They do have lots of successful achievement or the records, the works that have been done. Pasadena, okay, downtown Los Angeles. Yes, okay, they did that. Not bad. They convert that. So the building, we know the office will be like class A, class B, class C. Go like that. Class A, you might still have the chance, lower down the price to selling to the people. They might need it, headquarters or shared office. B and C, you might consider to convert to what? Apartments, okay? Then you need to know gross lease, modified gross lease, full service, net lease, rent roll, NOI, cap rate, same thing. So you want to do the commercial real estate, please, you have to remember those legal terminology or the words or the terms. You're talking to the people want to buy or want to sell, another agent or broker. You are professional. You can say, hey, I like this, I want to buy. Then your buyer say, why? I like it. He say, you are kidding me? You can't do that, okay? So you have to get a number to prove, you to show, okay, to support you to do that. All right, that's another CoStar they show in 2023 versus 2019. You see, different, huh? Numbers of lease, average size go down, okay? Total volume go down, but the numbers of lease go up. Why? Smaller office, entrepreneur. They want to open a small business. Everybody want to survive. They want to try to find the jobs. They want to be their own business, but you cannot afford the 10,000 square feet, 100,000 square feet. You can't do that. They are shrinking the size. The size has been shrunk, okay, getting smaller. Los Angeles vacancy rate, you can see, wow, I didn't know that until I see this chart. They can go down to like what? Incredibly, horribly, that high. Vacancy. So that's mean only have like what? 2/3 people left. 1/3 gone, all right? But fortunately in our metro area or Pasadena, in our area, San Gabriel Valley, I think it's still okay. It's still okay. Western San Gabriel Valley, and go to the 2027 again. And they'll come down a little bit. Maybe they will up to 21%. Shocking, huh? So we're doing the office, you have aware of that. So you got to find a very good tenant. Our company, our tenant is very good. So our office, like we lease to the Social Security, we lease to the immigration office, we lease to the military recruit centers, we lease to the California, the benefit centers, sign the long-term lease, we lease to the school. So you always got to find you a good tenant to get your NOI to prove your income, no matter you want to buy or you want to sell. Apartments. Great about apartment. Why? Pandemic, you know, apartment is still, I mean, economy is always depend on what? Supply and the demand, right? Supply and the demand. When supply high, price go down. Supply short, price go what? Same thing. So we are the apartment developer too. We've been built many apartments, 98, 180, 240, 438, 221. So we got many, many apartments even before pandemic, during pandemic. Is essential. So we like apartment. But I have to tell you, be honest, apartment cap rate is not that good. So that's mean what? Low. Benefit to who? Seller, right? Bad for what? Buyer. But buyers, they still like it. Our partners, our project partners, during the pandemic, They bought $187 million apartment. Why? I say, they say, Howard, I understand. I got to pass to my son. I say, okay, I have no question to ask. Okay, they are so safe, 3%, 4% apartment. You keep on have the income. But if you borrow too much money to do that, it's not very good because interest is high. But if cash is a king, if you're using the cash to buy that, why not? Right? Why not? All right. Again, that's you have to know, agent, please. If you don't know, how do you deal with apartment buyer or seller? Actually, been repeat, same thing. A little bit minor change on that, but basically they are all the same thing. When you do that, I wanted to show you the apartment is not really like a before, very old, deteriorating, yeah, and with the animal running around. I don't say pet, okay? I don't want to say that bad words in like a downtown, very old, the building. That's what we built. We got a gate community, gated, okay? People live in, swimming pool, clubhouse, gym, and they got the kitchen, and they got a barbecue area, they got a pet park. Let the people and animal, they can enjoy that. So people willing to pay a little bit higher. So we don't call our project called apartment. We call luxury apartment or called the villa. So if you come to our company, we develop, hey, luxury apartment. That's a villa. Why? It's a very safe atmosphere with anything entertainment combined together. People willing to pay. And the dryer and the washer in the one room. Every room, you don't need to do the coin laundry. You don't share your clothing with anybody else. So I'm telling you, if you are representing the buyer or seller, then you will let them know how good you are. But you are not that good, you have let them understand. Say, maybe we'll change that. Eventually, we might upgrade. So the interested people will be lease or to rent your apartments. So apartment in this today of the world, they're still very safe. A lot of the retirement fund, the private investment company, they still want to buy. They want some high risk, mid risk, and low risk. Apartment is what? Low risk. Okay. All right. There's another forecast, 2027. Again. So the vacancy rate will be dropped, same as the housing. So that means demand is high, still high. You know, after 2008, economy crash. I don't know, developer or the builder smart. They don't want to build that many. To let the people try to fight to buy the house, to buy the apartments. All right, that's a strategy they are using right now. So never too late, commercial. Just go ahead, buy some good project. Tell them your buyer or your seller, okay? So they got net delivery, absorption on that. You can see. Wow, that's another one. Submarket, okay? They got all kinds of LA, anywhere else. And so they will be come down to maybe very low percentage. So what does that mean? Demand is high. So we are the developer, we are so glad. But we slow down a little bit. I don't want to build as many as I could. I try to control that, okay? Make a market very hot. I'm not that bad, okay? But I just follow that because building material interest is high. So we have to very carefully to do the job. Industrial, wow. I just saying what do we call? Online shopping, overseas merchandise commerce, come to the US, they need to find where put their goods, right? They need a warehouse. They need some, what we call assembling line. You can made in USA. Made in USA, assembling USA, good for the sales. So the warehouse, you got so many kinds of warehouse. But now I have to clearly to telling you if you are represent the buyer, if the owner purpose, owner use, don't ask, go ahead to buy. Although the rent has come down a little bit, pricing a little bit loose, not that high, but you are the owner, occupy, go ahead. Okay, remember, if you owner, you wanted that, you're always talking to your buyer, buy that because you're going to use it. You don't need to pay the rent. You don't do nothing. Borrow money from the bank or the cash deal, close the deal. You need to know again, how high, clear high of the warehouse, right? Because they need a double deck, triple deck. If it's too low, like the warehouse built on the 60, 50, even 70, 18, 20, 22. No, it's not enough. Right now, at least 25 and above. You can do the double deck. Then you need a higher space to get a more storage. What's a loading dock? If people say, yeah, what's a loading dock? I don't have the ship. No, that's your loading, all right? You put the container, your truck to do. Is it ground high or is container high? You can do loading dock. Every 10,000 square feet, you might need one. There's a rule of the thumb. If you say I got 10,000 square feet of warehouse, you probably need one or more. The more is better, but it costs money. But if you have the 100,000, you might need an 8, 9, 10 loading dock. Okay, and the voltage, electricity, very important, and the cap rate. Again, why? Because you are receiving the rent. The rents will be telling you what's cap rate. When the demand is high, apartment, warehouse, the cap rate is low, 3, 4, 5%. That's what you can get. All right, maybe a little bit better, 6 or 7 on the second or third tier city away from LA. Right, go to the maybe further, even further than Ontario. All right, there's another forecast to 2027. So vacancy, you see, almost no vacancy. Why? People don't want to build. The city and the county, warehouse okay, but they prefer the manufacturers. Why? Create what? Jobs, right? Warehouse purely, they're only for storage. Might create traffic or noisy or pollution, a little bit this and that. But how do you compensate? You do assembly. You do the manufacture. So lots of the city, they don't allow you to do the big, the giant warehouse to do that, okay? So they might need more like manufacturers. And the vacancy rate, you say, wow, that high. No, 4%, 3.5%. You see, you remember the office? 20 what, right? There we go. Now I can tell the difference. How's the market goes? So that's the one. That's the one. That's the warehouse. Say again, if the owner, they're going to own or occupy, they need a warehouse, no matter 10,000, 100,000, million square feet. Better to buy that. They say, hey, price might come down. Yes or no? Who knows? We don't have a crystal ball. But depend on the markets. If you need it, take it, grab it. Okay. That's for your business, your own sake. Hotel. People like a good hotel, right? 5-star, 3-star, 5-star, motel, no. But cheaper. Pandemic, hotels been hurt. Marriott, right? Got Sheraton, Ritz-Carlton, right? St. Regis, great one. Intercontinental, right? Holiday Inn, Crown Plaza. You got Hilton, Waldorf, right? The big one. Curio, Hilton, Los Angeles, DoubleTree, you name it. Hyatt Park, Grand Hyatt Regency, Thompson, Limit, Motel 6, Super 8, Tunnel Lodge, Quality Inn. Yeah, because my company, we've been develop a few hotel. Okay, we've been work with another developer to do the La Meridian in Arcadia, right opposite the racetrack. And we 100% own Hyatt Place. Now we're going to do the Hyatt House too. So the hotel for the past 3 years, it's very difficult, but now it's picking up. People start to traveling, conventions start, okay, for tourists. So everything come back, all right? Almost back to 2019, almost. Depend on the area, almost, okay? But they have the limited service. How to tell the 5-star hotel? Yeah, like in Asia, what do you call 5-star? Because they have a tourist, they have the tourist authority to grade you. They got a full service, breakfast, lunch, and the dinner. So when you're telling the full service and limited service, very easy to tell. If they don't serve the lunch and the dinner, they are not a full service. Maybe they are 3-star. Go to the 4-star, 5-star, they have to get that. They are in between called the self-limit service, the hotel. Like we own the Hyatt Place and the house or Garden Inn, you can name it. So they got full service, select service, and the what? I don't say no service, limited service. Motel, mostly limited service. But not easy to be an agent or broker for hotel. They are very special game to play. They got knowing the people. You can find, say, hey, this hotel is going to sell. Those employees will panic, right? You don't see that. They're always off market. Pocket listing, the group people. If you're dealing with those people, say, hey, how much commission to pay me? They say you're asking your buyer to pay you. Understand? So in the agent and broker, unlike residential, they will be showing exactly how many 6% split, half and half, 5% whatsoever. Commercial, yes and no. But hotel, no. You don't have the price. Depends. So hotel, most of the time, like we go to bid hotel from the organization or from the different company foreclosure, we have to pay. The agent represent us to buy the hotel. Buy side, you have to pay. It's a different. In the commercial, it's all negotiable. Unlike residential, stay black and white. Commercial is different. So don't be shocked. Don't be surprised. Say, hey, you're going to asking your buyer to pay you commission. Just say, okay, that's fine. Let's do that. If you get a deal done, why not? Right? Better than nothing. Again, if you want to try to selling hotel to buy the hotel, if you don't know the name, other side agent will be laughing on you. Say, what the heck are you talking about? You just want to buy the hotel, go ahead, buy. Pay me the money. Take it. I'll leave it. No way. All right? That's the one. Full service, right? Limited service. Average daily rate, ADR. They will be showing $100, $1,000. They're all different. Occupancy rate. Hotel, if you can reach to 65%, you almost break even. If you go 70%, 75%, you are making money. But the pandemic, I don't know, 0%. Who knows, right? So you have to understand hotel hospitality business is different. Management company is different. We need to hire a management company. We cannot do that. Motel, yes, mom and pop. But our hotel have to hire authorized team to run your hotel. Then if you are the owner, you can hire assets management company represent the owner to fight with management company, to supervise, to overview their jobs. They cannot charge you so many because you have the assets management company to represent the owner, to deal with it. There's a difference. Okay, we got very limited time. So the last one I will see land. Chinese wanted to buy the land, right? 有土斯有财, something like that. Okay, here we go. So the land, the career for experience for my real estate developer, the most challenging will be the land. The land will depend on the infrastructure underground. On the surface, you can see nothing. What your sewer, electricity, your gas line, where is it? Tell me. You don't have it? Forget it. Walk away. Unentitled, raw land. So I'm always telling the people first, new player in the market to buy the entitlement. It's been entitled. It's been proved by the city, county, states. You can do something. You need a zoning, commercial, residential. How many you can build? You have to trust. I don't say agent. Agent need to talk to the professional, engineering company, architect, a sewer engineer, or the structure whatsoever. You have to talk to them. Do the homework before you talk to the city, or talk to the city, then do the rest of that. To talking about the seller or buyer. I have 100-acre land. I have a 2-acre land. Would you help me to sell that? You say, okay, yeah. I put on the LoopNet, I put on this. No, you have to study that. Study what? Right? Zoning, EIR, environmental. How to split that? Infrastructure, general plan, conditional use permit, CUP. If you don't have that, tell me how do you can sell that? How do you can represent the seller or buyer to do the land? Have to keep in mind, clear mind in that way. Okay. Track map. Lots of people say, hey, this land I can build 10 houses, 20 houses, 100 apartments. Show me where's your track map, tentative map. I say, I don't have it. Somebody tell me that here and say, no way, no way. You cannot do that. They got a record. They need to record, right? The title company, everything they need to know. But before you change that, they only have the land. It's vacant land or unentitled. Entitled land always been with the city. You got a permit, but it will be expired. Some is 1 year, 2 years. You need to extend. They're not going to be last forever. So you got to be aware of that again. What's a permit? You can see that many, many permits, and they got a very sub permit. Not on that. You have to get to understand all kinds of permit. Then you can start to do your land, to do no matter what kind of zoning. You got to find the perfect to fit in the permit. Then you can get your occupancy permit. If you don't that occupancy, then you cannot open your business. You cannot live in. You cannot move in. Yeah, the law is right there. Okay. If you don't understand, find your good attorney in the real estate, title attorney, please. Okay. Pay the professional fee. Will save you a lot. My company, we have the in-house attorney sitting in our office, but we do sub out to the big law firm to let them do. But we hire attorneys sit there 8 hours to see the papers. Lots of lawsuit. You are the agent. Your broker will be getting sued. This and that. You go to arbitration, right? No trial, but arbitration. So got to be very careful on that, the land. Okay, I think right on the time, right? So now we're going to leave the Q&A, and the maybe William can, people online, they will be shoot you the questions, or the people sitting in front of me, and they have any question I can answer as detailed as I could. All right. Thank you so much. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Howard. We do have one question online. Based on your experience and knowledge, what would you recommend to our realtors, our clients, friends, and family to invest or that are hot in 2024?
Can you make a little bit clearer? Are they specify the project or the
basically,
type of the commercial business? They don't.
Come again?
What did they say? What kind of project they are interested?
They didn't mention, but
I know.
like what would be a good
yes,
start?
Yeah, people always asking, give me the great deal. Give me the deal can make money. All right, I say, I understand that, but unfortunately, it's not that easy. So based on, I'm saying 2024, unfortunately, interests are high, right? Fortunately, interest will go down. So the market will be relive again. So I have to conclude what I'm saying. I don't say super hot deal, you can get it, because you never know you got a very great deal. You need to talk to your very knowledgeable broker or agent. Keep an eye on that. And money's ready. Proof of the funds ready. As soon as the deals come up, you jump in. Or even before that, you present your offer. They might sell, you might can buy that. So always be prepared for that. If the deal, if they are not specify the project, what I'm saying, if we don't want to play safe, this you got to go back to the apartment and warehouse. I don't say they are not cheap, but they are not even inexpensive. They are market price. Because they are not going to go down. What you can do the foreclosure deal, you can't. So those two, then if one wanted to maybe take a little bit risk, want to get a higher return, you can go to the hotel. hospitality, right? Because they've been dropped a lot. You see, when the percentage they drop, when they go back, that's a double. That's a double. Okay. And the shopping centers, if you have the way they can convert to the mixed use, yes, go ahead. Depends. Office, same thing. They can change the usage. They might can switch to multifamily, take it. All right. So they are not really specifically telling me what kind of project. I cannot go detailedly to tell them, say, hey, that's great. Okay. You are not buying the lottery. You can just say Super Lotto is good, Mega's good, or what? Mega, Super Lotto, and another one. I can't remember. Yeah. Anyway, so don't gamble. Okay. No gambling. No. You have the number talks. So let me say again, just say NOI is good. You take it. Depend. You wanted to pass your kid or you wanted to your own income. All right. If you're thinking the price too high and no futures, cannot against the inflation, just don't do it. You always talk to knowledgeable broker or the agent to let them get you the more information you could. And you are the agent, you are the broker. So start to learn. It's a learning curve. When the bad time, just like you back to the school, you start to collect all the information in your mind. In the one day, market back, you're never late for that. You try to catch the what up wave on that. All right, William? I can't exactly, if she or he can tell me what kind of project or what kind of property, then I can maybe say, maybe later on. Okay.
Well, that was her question, but anyway.
Okay.
I want to see if there's any question in the room. If not, I have another question.
Yes.
And I'm gonna add to that question. So the question is, how do we pull permit records from the city? And to add to that question, is there anything we should know or any good practice when pulling permits?
The pulling permits, what I recommend, you can do yourself, but you have to know your communicate skill. You have to let them understand, the clerk or city county, know what you need. So my suggestion is to go hire some professional. If this is a deal, you're going to close that deal or before that, find somebody to do that. Mostly we call engineering company or architect. They can cover everything. Because remember, city don't want to see your drawing. They want to see the professional who signed that. So you bring that one to the city or county, say, hey, I want to pull the record, the permit. But some permit records show most of the title company, they have that. But the permit, after they issue, then you have the record. Before that, you don't. It depends what kind of application you're going to send in. Yes, the gentleman is asking the multiplier, that's the times. And the cabaret is subtract, okay? And the divide, I mean, just divide a different way. One is to time, let's say multiplier numbers at 10, 12, 13, you times that. But the cabaret is divide, okay? Go 6, 5, 10%. I mean, go lower. But mostly in our business side, used to using the multiplier in the hospitality business, but in our way, developer and the buying and selling, we still take a cap rates. Net operating income value, okay? So you know how to figure out how to divide that. So cap rates, yes, if I want to ask you, we prefer cap rate. All right? Thanks. Anything else? So I try to have, okay, yeah, go ahead. Yes, the Valerie, yeah, she's a real estate attorney, and she raised the question. It's very good. For us, half and half. We always, when we're ready, we want our agent to do the study, or we do our own study evaluation, let them to put on the market. In the meanwhile, different agent or brokers, they always provide us what's the market deal. That's how you learn, no matter your own study. And plus, you can get enough information to compare, all right, comparison. Okay, but you have to do your own homeworks too. So you're asking me, what do we do or what do you suggest? So remember, I'm just saying relationship, always feed your clients good deal, not bad deal. Not on the daily basis, they will go crazy. They don't like it. But you check those, what I'm saying. You got good cap rate, you can persuade, you feel confident. You know how to approach them, let them understand that it is a great deal. If you don't grab it, you might lose it. All right. But the market, they still have some deal, but you might miss this one because the interest will go down and more buyer come in, right? Or more seller to sell. That's all different. It's all different. So what I'm suggesting is yes, you talk to your own and you also collect enough information. So the agent and the broker always give the good market information to your clients, no matter buyer or seller. Talk to them frequently to watch. Then they say, hey, you are actually in the market, active. All right. You notice where did they sell that, how much they close, how much they're asking, what's cap rate. Start to compare. Then you learn. There's a learning curve. Then you can build up your own base. You can build up your own knowledge. All right. Practice make it perfect. Let me first answer your last questions. Okay. You're asking, is the market going to come up with lots of maybe the deal, because the deal is when sour or they cannot afford that, CMBS loan or the loan foreclosures, they're selling the notes, short sales. Yes, indeed. It will come up. It will come up. Yeah, because a commercial loan is lots of has been to call loan or it's been, to the limit already. So at that time, for the agent broker, it's a good timing to do that. Like we bought the foreclosure property, then we end up, we sold that, make 3 times money, shopping centers. So always good time and bad time depend on the agent, how to do that. Just I answered the previous the question. Let your eyes open to talk to the agent and the broker, get you enough information. And but you cannot wait until last minute because many players, they are waiting for that. And first question you are asking, say, how do you can get a more listing? Just saying, you got to do your study to let your clients comfortable. You did your homework. You have analyze the project, location, cap rates, future, what's your tenant, what you can sell, what's the higher price you can do. So enough information to let your seller to trust you than anybody else, then you will get this deal. Information, very important. Okay, study. I don't know, you can go to the AI to do that, but mostly it happens too frequently. So you have to read lots of the news and to listen somebody else, senior person, they understand. And every case is very unique and special. Every seller, buyer, they are different mentality, different mindset. So you approach them, what's they like, what's their preference. Then you got enough information, say, hey, I can do the best job. That's always remember, don't overpromise, under delivery. You under promise, over delivery. Okay? Thank you.
All right, thank you, Howard. That was our last question for today. If you still have any more questions, or better yet, if you have deals that you want to work with Howard, we got his contact information on the screen. You can please take notes of that. Well, we want to thank you for coming in today. We have monthly commercial meet and greet, education classes, and other wonderful classes like today's at our board. So please follow our social media account. And today's recording is being uploaded to YouTube after the class. So you can also go online and refresh about what you learned today. And I do have a certificate of appreciation I would like to present.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
to Howard.
So let me emphasize that's my company numbers, and I prefer using the email because the email I can know who are you. If the cell phone I give to you, I don't know you, I don't answer the phone. I'm just saying I don't busy. I'm just can't have to select that. Okay. So just send me the email would be great. Okay. Thanks, William.